Okay guys, we're back. As you can see, the boys managed to rotate the XY. They took it out to the street, turned it around and pushed it back in. So that's really good. We're able to get all the light shining on this side, which hasn't been done yet. We're doing some secret squirrel, inch-eye, private eye sort of work here today, guys. So we haven't got Shad here, but we're still working on the XY. Noah's on the engine bay. I've got him just cleaning up the engine bay for now, getting all the dirt out of there as much as we can so we don't sand it into the paint as we prep the bay. And I'm going to continue on with the boot lid for now, which is almost done on the top skin, and then we'll have to do the bottom skin as well, I guess. But yeah, some little secret work while Shad's at his normal work, and we're going to continue on with the car. Alright, let's get cracking. Alright, we are done with the boot lid. On this side, you can see I've done the transitions. So, all down that edge, that's all nice now. I'm happy with the way this side is. I'm not happy with this side. I've got way more material than I'd like here. So, I'd like to lift the boot lid maybe 1/2 mil. And then sand again to get those transitions to meet up a little bit more with metal and not so much with filler. I've done as much sanding as I can with the round sanding block there to get these two transitions to meet, but there's still too much material here. So the shame of it is Shad isn't here, and he's got all the little packers and spacers that we used last time in the van. So I'm gonna have to wait till he rocks up and then swap one out, get this boot lid to rise up just enough here, and then sand those transitions again to make it meet up a lot better. But so far the center and everything is really nice, feels really good. And now I'm just going to start working my way into this bottom area here. Did a little bit of bashing here to get these two to meet a bit better. They are really hard though, and it does tend to flex when you hit it. As you can see, like it just sort of moves, and it's on the boot rubber, so it tends to move a little and spring back, so it's not actually moving too much. This side's a little worse, but still not bad. And they don't end up too bad because these sections here end up in black, and you end up with the moldings and that sort of, they sort of capture your eye first before anything else. So it's not too bad to have these areas sort of mismatching. And from what I've seen of a heap of XYs, that's a normal occurrence. It's just the way they are, one of those things. Noah's been going really well in the front here. It is really hard, really tricky work to get, to sand in all those swages and body lines that the engine bays have. There's heaps of little nooks and crannies, but have a look at that. That's so much nicer and cleaner. He's scuffed everywhere, so I told him, look, the hardest to get to areas are the most critical, because that's where we need to scuff the most, I guess. So we had some adhesion from the epoxy and any other layers that need to go on there, but he's been doing a great job. It's looking much better. It is really tricky sort of work. Your hands start to cramp up and your fingers cramp up, but he's going well. So you've got areas like that still to do. That looks really nice. Back here looks really nice. Great job. So, and that keeps him busy. I can't get him on anything else, so this sort of work is good to do in this sort of situation where I haven't got another helper. But let's get on to the back side of the boot lid and continue on. Alright, engine bay masked up, ready for epoxy. Just going to lay it on a little roughly. Try not to touch the hinges too much, but it's just a matter of sealing it back up from all the little sanding that we've done. We don't want it to sort of surface rust over after we've done all this effort. So scuffed it all up, give it a really thorough clean, and now we'll just lay on the epoxy. We've done a skim of the boot rear, so that's all skimmed over. Haven't had a chance to sand it yet, but that's all done. That'll be for next time. as it's already starting to get dark a little bit anyway, so it won't be long. So we're just going to get the bay done and that'll be it. On to the next day. Alright, we're back, guys. As you would have seen previously, I had this level of the boot raised by changing the spacers on the hinge. I've just given this another quick skim. Actually, I'm going to have to skim all this area and this area into here. But otherwise, I'm happy with it. I'm getting some shadowing, that's what I'm after. There was too much buildup of body filler there, so I'm happy with that now. I've just given this a little start, but we've run into a little bit of an issue in the front here. So I told Shad to continue on with the engine bay, which he's done. So it's basically just putting a little bit of filler on areas where we've grinded welds and stuff like that. For instance, the battery tray section was replaced, so we just put a little filler on there because you leave little pinholes with the weld and stuff like that. He's marked 2 spots over there and things like that, just little points. Actually, how come you didn't pop them?
To be ground back.
Oh, okay. All right. So the next thing, what we did previously was we had to put the V8 support onto the radiator support top. So this is the radiator support. Originally the 6-cylinder ones, this lip is folded down.
This thickness.
Yes, is that thickness there, right? So the V8 ones, they have them bent up like that so that it's longer. Then that little... Huh?
This is a Fairmont body shop. What's wrong with it?
Anyway.
Original.
So this support piece was welded in. Now the issue we've got is because previously this whole radiator support section had been cut out by the previous owner. The previous owner.
How you going? I'm biting my tongue, Steve.
yeah. We're trying not to say it, Stevie, but you've made a mess for us. So we welded this in, and what we've realised now. Where's the ruler, Shetty? Oh, here it is here.
So Steve's going to blame us because we didn't weld it properly.
So what we've realised is that there's a dip right where those welds are. Okay, so where those welds are, so we've got a high spot on the corner, and then coming off there, it's low. Now, I can sit there and panel beat all I like. I'm not going to move it. It's double skinned now and all sorts of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut through our weld again in those 2 marks here, not the top's fine, and then we're going to push up as much as we can on the radiator support to close up the gap again of the 1mm cut. It should be enough, and that'll raise this center section, which is all we need to get it back to a nice level there on that edge. So the back edge is nice, but this front edge just dips on those welds here. Alright, so that's what we're about to do now. Let's see how we go. What a bloody mission, eh?
Yep.
Now, we ended up sorting it out, guys, but far out. What a dick around this was. So as you can see, we've re-welded the radiator support. We've got this top section really nice and flat now and straight, and it was actually a little bit in that way too, wasn't it, Shad?
Yes, it was.
So we've pulled that out and got it straight as well, but we had to have a bit of timber down here, and then the little bottle jack, bit of timber under there, and jacking up so that it'll put a little bit of pressure and then tack it off where it needed to be. We've done it now, but that side was a lot easier than this side. This side, man, it was moving all over the place and wasn't doing what we wanted it to do. In the end, we got the big hammers out and told it who was boss. So that's all good now. We're going to do a little bit more beating on the top just to get a few more of these dips down, and then we'll file it as well, and then give it a skim. So what we're going to do now is grind here, get it all smooth on the inside as well. We'll grind all the welds and then give it a skim of filler, so at the very least we can get majority of this bay, or bodyworked, I guess. But far out, majority of the day it's gone. What's the time now? Fuck, we've lost so much time. Let's have a look. Whew. 10 to 3, and I've done sweet FA. No, Smargo, yeah. I've done sweet FA on here. Shad gave me another skim on here for me while I was doing the radiator support, so that's good. And I've barely touched the surface on here. I hate days like this, guys, but they're things that have to be done. What can you do? Put a little skim on there with a little bit of leftover filler that we had. But yeah, that's how it goes, guys. Sometimes, you know, you get days like this where you find something, it's got to be rectified, and it's good that we do rectify them. We don't leave them, get them sorted out, and then you move on. All right, let's clean it up.
Yep.
Okay, a re-skim of the boot area here. Here I had accidentally sanded in a very slight little divot there, so I just re-skimmed that. This side of the C-pillar is done. Just got to do this side here. It needs a little bit more, but we had some leftover on one of the mixers, so it's always good to use it. So we laid it on there. We ended up doing the radiator support, getting that its first coat of filler. Actually turned out really nice, and we've sanded the first coats of the bay, so they're all done as well. A couple of little areas need a re-skim, as always. That's how it goes. But we've run out of time, so night time again. So tomorrow, maybe, do you reckon tomorrow you'll do that? Maybe tomorrow give that a re-skim and these bay areas and a re-sand, and then that's pretty much the bay done. Or other than some damage that we found, a small little hole that's behind there. It's sort of hard to describe. It's basically like this thing here, which is where the grease nipple or something goes. I don't know.
Yep, the grease bleed.
But on the other side of that tower, it's damaged really badly. So I'm going to cut it out, remake another piece, and weld it back in. But that's it for now. We'll continue with another day's worth of work and then finish off the episode. Another day's worth of work done, guys. Not on the boot. The boot lid was done previously, but I'm just going to film it all now so you guys get to see. I'm not going to drag on with you know, filming too much of the same old thing, pretty much. So this is more of a progress update to fill in this video. So boot lid's done, and its transitions into the quarter. They've all been done. Really happy with that. Took quite a bit of work, quite a number of skims. We've got some highs, as you can see, here and there. Not high spots, but you know, rub throughs, sorry, I should say. But we've decided we're going to polyester this car, so that'll blend everything together and give me a nice starting point, I guess. Quarter panel was all done today. We had a few issues with it being low across here. I don't know what the go was there. Got a lump of wood and a nice hammer and gave it a couple of whacks, got that out. Then another quick re-skim, and that got it exactly where I was after. The tape here is marking an area that I want to blend off here a bit better than the factory. I don't like that area, the way it dips in where this corner of the tail light sits. The other side has been done differently by me, and I like that transition. It's a little bit smoother, a little bit nicer, I think. So I'm going to try and just do the same thing on the other side, so that nothing catches your eye as being out of place when you're looking down the quarter panel. So that's all done. Quarter panel, C-pillar all done. All the shape of the C-pillar done. A lot of lead removed, very lumpy. So with the file we got rid of quite a bit of the lead, and that's given us a really nice shape back again. That's all done. Had a couple of little areas there, strange dent right there on the edge of the turret. Back door's pretty much done. It's had its final little skim just of a couple of areas, as you can see, and I've left it like that so it's ready to go for the next time I come round. Shad was concentrating on the sill panels today. This car had like a heavy scrape along there that we did some easy beating and like sort of, you know, washer stud pulling to get that all straight previously, so it needed a skim. That's all been done. And then we discovered a bit of a, it looked like a jacking mishap at the bottom of this sill panel, so welded on a plate there, knocked that out to get it nice and straight, and then just gave it a quick little skim. The other sill panel is done as well, so both sills are done. So we got a lot done today, which is really good. You know, a lot of times we run across something that we've missed or whatever, and we have to, you know, we call them setbacks, and we have to sort them out before we continue going forward. Today we only had one, we sorted it and continued on, so smashed through the work today. So it looks like we've only got left this front door, this guard, and then finish off the bonnet. But yeah, pretty good, and we're getting really close, guys. So once all this bodywork's done, we're getting the car polyestered by Charlie, who's going to be our painter. So he's going to polyester the car, and then we'll block all the polyester, and then after the polyester will be high fill. So all the high fill will be laid on by Charlie as well. Block all that back, hand it back to Charlie, and yeah, ready for paint. Well, other than the jams, but the jams aren't damaged, are they? Jams, no damage. Not as yeah, they've all been rubbed back. We didn't find any dents or anything. Like, you know, sometimes when the seat belts hang out and they get sort of stuck, you know. Not really. So that'll be nice and easy. So it's just a rub back, high fill, re-rub, and that's it. The bay is done. We had a little area where we needed to put a little plate because it was damaged to the access hole for the, is it the lower control arm? The upper control arm. There's a hole. It looked like it had been damaged, so we cut it out, replated it, re-drilled the hole. It's all nice and neat now, but it needs to be completely welded. So, but we're lacking access. It's upper, yeah. So we're lacking access, but it's that little hole over there, if you guys can see in the dark. But that's all sorted out now. And once that's all addressed, then we can re-epoxy the bay, and the bay is completed. So we're moving along really, really well. I'm going to end this video here, and then start the next video with, you know, the rest of the bodywork and the polyester. And it'll probably be, the end of that episode will probably be at the end of the polyester, so we're not sort of, you know, just adding videos and videos and videos just for the sake of it, you know, especially when it's the same sort of thing. But we're really happy with the progress, guys. You know, like I said, we're not in the trade, we're just having a go, but we're really careful, we're really fussy.
What? Hang on, don't you know what you're doing?
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, have you been following me? Oh, fuck. Okay.
Blind leading the blind.
Well, yeah, shit, eh? Okay, anyway, there you go, guys. You heard it first, straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah. Now, yeah, so we're both not trained in this, but we're having a go, and we're happy with the results so far. We're just, look, all it is we're just being careful. We've got time, we're not in a rush. So whenever we do something and we're not quite happy with it, we just do it again. As simple as that, eh, dude? Yeah. So, but yeah, so far we've showed the painter. The painter seems really happy with the body, and he can't wait to paint it. So that seems good enough for us. Yeah.
I just hope he's just not being nice.
Yeah, that's right. One of those nice guys. Yeah, it's all good, mate. And then walks out the door with a fucking bucket of shit. Anyway, all right, guys. Catch us on the next episode.